Have you ever stopped to think that your dog might be trying to tell you something important and you're not noticing? What if he was asking for help right now? Many owners ignore subtle signals that their dogs give daily, and this can cost them their health, or even your best friend's life. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 secret signs that your dog is crying for help, and the 4th one is so scary you'll never look at him the same way again. Ready to find out what your dog is trying to tell you? If you love your dog and want to better understand how he communicates, leave your like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Here, we always bring tips to strengthen the bond between you and your best friend. Sign 1, change in appetite. Have you ever noticed if your dog is eating less than usual or is suddenly wolfing down his food like there's no tomorrow? This change in appetite may seem simple, but it is actually one of the most important signs that something is not right. Dogs are creatures of habit, and when something breaks their eating routine, it's a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. If your dog has stopped eating, this could indicate problems such as tooth pain, stress, or even more serious illnesses such as infections or gastrointestinal problems. On the other hand, if he is eating much more than usual, this could be related to hormonal changes, such as hypothyroidism, or even anxiety. Imagine that your dog is trying to tell you, "Hey, something's wrong with me." Now, think about real situations. Changes in the environment, such as a home renovation, the arrival of a new family member or even changing the food, can be triggers for this change in appetite. Have you ever been through something like this? It is important to notice these changes and act quickly. If the behavior persists for more than 2 days, see a veterinarian. After all, your dog depends on you to notice these signs. And tell me, have you noticed any changes in your dog's appetite? What was his reaction? I want to hear your experience in the comments. Sign 2, excessive licking. Now, let's move on to another sign that many dog owners end up ignoring, excessive licking. Have you ever seen your dog licking its paws or other parts of its body repetitively? It may seem harmless, but it can actually be a sign of pain, allergies, or even anxiety. Dogs often lick themselves to clean themselves, but when this becomes constant, it's time to turn on the alert. Often, they do this because they are experiencing some physical discomfort, such as a wound, skin irritation, or even joint pain. But it doesn't stop there. Licking can also be a reflection of stress or boredom, especially if your dog spends long periods alone or without stimulation. Here's a practical tip: observe the area he's licking. If there is redness, swelling or sores, it's time to take action. And if there's nothing visible but the behavior persists, it could be something internal, like pain or even an emotional problem. Your dog may be trying to tell you, "I need help, something isn't right." Sign 3, sudden aggressive behavior. This next sign is one of the most worrying and, unfortunately, one of the most misinterpreted by owners. Imagine that your dog, who has always been docile and affectionate, suddenly starts to growl, bite, or demonstrate aggressive behavior. This can be scary, but most of the time it is a cry for help. Sudden aggression is often linked to pain or discomfort. Your dog may be dealing with internal pain, such as joint problems, toothaches, or even more serious illnesses. Additionally, changes in the environment or recent trauma can also trigger this behavior. Here's an important warning: never ignore these signs. Many owners end up punishing their dog for this behavior, without realizing that he is trying to communicate something. If your dog starts acting aggressively, look at the context. Is he growling when touched in any specific place? This may indicate localized pain. Is he reacting to something new in the environment? It could be stress or fear. And remember, seek professional help. A veterinarian or dog behaviorist can help identify the cause and treat the problem. Has anything similar happened to your dog? Tell me, I want to know how you handled it. Sign 4, change in the eyes. Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and noticed something different? Maybe they're red, cloudy, or have discharge that wasn't there before. This is a sign that many owners end up ignoring, but it can be extremely dangerous. Dogs' eyes are like windows into their health, and any changes can indicate serious problems. If your dog's eyes are red, it could be a sign of conjunctivitis, allergies, or even a bacterial infection. Cloudy eyes could indicate cataracts, which are common in older dogs, or even glaucoma, a condition that can lead to blindness if not treated in time. And the secretions? They may seem like something simple, like ramines, but, in excess, they can be a warning of infections or even systemic diseases. What makes this even scarier is that eye problems often progress quickly. What starts as something small can turn into something irreversible in just a few days. Therefore, always observe your dog's eyes during the routine, especially during moments of affection. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, see a veterinarian immediately. If you want to know more, I have prepared a complete ebook that will help you. The link to the ebook is in the first pinned comment, just check it out. Sign 5, Wheezing or irregular breathing. Now let's talk about something that may be even more difficult to identify, panting or irregular breathing. Have you ever seen your dog breathing quickly, even when he wasn't exerting himself physically? Or maybe he was panting in an environment that wasn't so hot? These are signs that may indicate stress, excessive heat, or even heart problems. Dogs generally breathe faster when they are tired or hot, but if this happens for no apparent reason, it's time to pay attention. Panting can be a sign that your dog is anxious, especially if he is in a new environment or a situation that makes him uncomfortable. But it could also be a symptom of something more serious, like heart failure, lung problems, or even internal pain. Here's a practical tip: observe your surroundings. Is it very hot? Is your dog in an unventilated place? If so, try refreshing it immediately. But, if unregulated breathing persists, don't hesitate to seek veterinary help. Remember, your dog can't tell you that he's having trouble breathing, but he can show it through behavior. Have you ever noticed something like this in your dog? I want to know if you have faced this problem and how you solved it. These stories can help other owners who are going through the same situation. Sign 6, Isolation or sadness. And now we come to one of the most emotional and difficult signs to deal with. Have you ever noticed that your dog, who was once lively and playful, has suddenly started hiding or avoiding contact? This behavior can be one of the biggest cries for help he can make. Dogs are social animals by nature. When they start to isolate themselves, it could be a sign that something is wrong. It can be physical pain, like an injury or internal problem, but it can also be something emotional, like depression or anxiety. Yes, dogs can also suffer from emotional problems, especially if they have experienced recent changes, such as the loss of a family member, another pet, or even changes in the environment. This type of behavior requires attention and affection. If your dog is isolating himself, try to understand what could be causing this. Is he eating normally? Are you moving with difficulty? Or maybe he's just discouraged. Every detail matters. And, of course, never hesitate to seek professional help to understand what is happening. Sign 7, Change in the way you walk. Have you ever noticed if your dog is limping, walking with difficulty, or showing strange movements? This is one of the most visible signs, but, at the same time, one of the most ignored by owners. Many think that it is something temporary or that the dog just slept badly, but the truth is that any change in the way it walks can be a cry for help. Lameness or difficulty walking can be caused by a number of factors, such as muscle injuries, joint problems, such as hip dysplasia, or even more serious illnesses, such as arthritis or a herniated disc. Additionally, older dogs may show these signs due to natural wear and tear on their joints, but that doesn't mean it should be ignored. The pain they feel can be much greater than we imagine. Another important point is to observe whether your dog avoids climbing stairs, jumping, or even lying down. These behaviors may indicate that he is experiencing pain when moving certain parts of his body. And here's an important warning: never force your dog to move if he is having difficulty. This can worsen the problem and cause even more pain. If you notice any changes in the way your dog walks or moves, see a veterinarian immediately. The sooner the problem is identified, the greater the chances of treatment and recovery. Has anything like this ever happened to your dog? Share your experience, as it may help other owners who are going through the same situation. Now that you know the 7 signs, how about deepening your knowledge even further? In my ebook, I provide practical tips for you to apply in your everyday life. It is an exclusive material that can transform your relationship with your dog. The link is in the first pinned comment. Take the opportunity to secure yours. Remember, now it's time to act. Observing these behaviors on a daily basis is essential to guarantee the health and well-being of your best friend. Remember, your dog can't speak, but he is always trying to communicate with you through gestures, looks, and behaviors. It is up to us, as owners, to be attentive and ready to understand these calls for help. If you found this information helpful, please share this video with other dog owners. They may be facing similar problems and often don't know what these signs mean. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more tips like this and strengthen the bond with your pet. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs have you noticed in your dog? Comment below with the phrase, "I take care of my dog and pay attention to his signs." Not only does this help engage our community, but it can also inspire other owners to be more aware. And in the next video, I'll bring you a topic that will surprise you and will certainly help you even more in caring for your dog. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss it. So, activate the bell to be notified as soon as new content is released. See you soon.